Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Expat Live.
So the real question is this: is the F-47 truly a turning point capable of reshaping the balance of air power? To answer that, we must return to the origin of NGAD and confront the program's almost unbelievable pace. Roughly a decade ago, the United States Air Force and Navy began laying the foundation for a major leap in military aviation. They understood that air superiority could no longer be treated as guaranteed. Advanced air defenses were spreading, long-range missiles were growing more precise, and anti-access zones were expanding. The goal was no longer to build a better fighter. The goal was to regain control of contested airspace and sustain dominance over time. In simple terms, this was strategy fused with advanced technology, designed not just to win battles, but to preserve air control in the long run. By 2018, the early concepts matured into what became NGAD. It evolved from a single mission platform into a multi-role combat system aimed at building an entire family of capabilities rather than a single aircraft. And the moment that truly stunned the defense world was speed. In roughly 6 years, from 2014 to 2020, the program moved from concept to a flying prototype. A development rhythm almost comparable to the F-16 era, while later generations historically required far longer to materialize. Look back to see the contrast. The F-22 took more than a decade before it was fully shaped into a clear program. The F-35 took even longer. Its concept emerged in the early 1980s, followed by nearly 2 decades of selection, testing, refinement, and controversy, driven by unprecedented system complexity. Against that historical background, a 6th-generation platform emerging within a few short years becomes a strategic signal to every rival. This is not only technological progress, it is a leap in program management and in how the United States fields new capability. Then came the decisive phase. Multiple reports suggest that NGAD prototypes were completed through parallel development efforts. Over time, the competition narrowed. When one contender stepped away, the field compressed around the remaining giants. Ultimately, under President Trump, Boeing was selected to bring the 6th-generation design into reality for the U.S. Air Force. In that instant, the name F-47 exploded into public debate. Yet one detail remains strangely unclear. The meaning of the number 47 was never fully explained.
That uncertainty has fueled much speculation. Some people believe it refers to Trump as the 47th president. To understand why Boeing was selected for the F-47, we must revisit the long history of rivalry and cooperation between Boeing and Lockheed Martin. These two companies are not merely competitors, they are pillars that have shaped the entire US military aviation industry. History offers decisive examples. During the Joint Strike Fighter program, the precursor to the F-35, Lockheed Martin fielded the X-35, while Boeing competed with the X-32. On paper, the X-32 was bold and relatively simple. In practice, however, it suffered serious issues with hot exhaust recirculation during low-altitude operations, reducing thrust and creating overheating risks. The result was clear. The X-35 prevailed and became the foundation of the F-35, the largest and most ambitious fighter program in history. By contrast, in the Advanced Tactical Fighter program that led to the F-22, the two rivals became partners. Lockheed Martin led the overall design, while Boeing was responsible for the wings and aft fuselage. That collaboration produced the F-22 Raptor, one of the most dominant air superiority fighters ever built. This underscores a critical reality. Boeing has never been an outsider in top-tier fighter development, and Lockheed has never operated in isolation. For that reason, the Air Force's decision on the F-47 cannot be reduced to a simple Boeing versus Lockheed narrative. Instead, it reflects industrial balance. Over many years, Lockheed Martin has come to dominate fighter aviation through the F-22, the F-35, and the enduring legacy of the F-16. The F-35 alone is produced at a scale that reinforces near-monopoly conditions. If NGAD had also gone to Lockheed, the imbalance within the defense industrial base would have become severe. The Pentagon has long understood that placing all capability in a single basket is strategically dangerous. In a defense market worth trillions of dollars, distributing contracts among major primes is not only about competition, it is about national resilience. It ensures that if one production line or corporate ecosystem falters, national air power does not collapse with it. In this context, Boeing was selected not only for engineering merit, but for its role in sustaining a balanced industrial ecosystem. The F-47 therefore represents more than a new aircraft. It is a strategic decision to diversify risk, reshape industrial power, and prepare for an era in which air dominance cannot depend on a single contractor.
The most common mistake people make when looking at the F-47 is assuming its shape is only about stealth. But for the F-47, aerodynamic design is not just about avoiding radar. It is about surviving in an environment where sensors, tracking networks, and long-range missiles are optimized to kill from distance. Start with the tailless configuration. Removing vertical tails means giving up familiar, traditional stability and conventional low-speed control in exchange for something far more valuable, dramatically reducing major radar reflective surfaces and creating cleaner geometry for signature management. That design also increases internal volume, space needed for fuel, internal weapons bays, and most importantly, the systems that define modern air combat: sensors, cooling, electrical power, and electronic warfare infrastructure. Then comes the stealth logic. On the F-47, stealth is not cosmetic. It is a disciplined integration of surface geometry, edge alignment, intake and exhaust shaping, internal carriage, and infrared signature control. The goal is not absolute invisibility. The goal is time. More time before detection, more time before a target lock, more time before an engagement becomes lethal. Even tens of extra seconds inside a threat zone can be decisive when the aircraft is coordinating a broader combat network. That is why aerodynamics and stealth must work together. The F-47 is not optimized for classic dogfighting as a standalone fighter. It is optimized for deep penetration, sustained presence, stable energy management, and above all, preserving its ability to function as a command node inside jammed, contested, heavily defended airspace. Once you see it clearly, the F-47's strange appearance is not meant to impress. It is meant to survive long enough and quietly enough to orchestrate the fight. And when we talk about survival and trust, we must confront the next question. In episode 5, we will face the biggest paradox. Boeing has faced major controversies in recent years. So why did the Pentagon still bet on Boeing for the F-47? Is this reckless risk or a conditional gamble? Risk controlled through oversight mechanisms, competition pressure, and performance-based constraints. If you find this video valuable and useful, please don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. I'm Hai. Thank you sincerely for watching. Thank you, and goodbye.